Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. In this video, I will be discussing Greenleaf in its totality. We're going to talk about the evolution of the executive producing, the writing, the brainstorming behind it all, because a lot of people are still confused about why the series is even coming to a close in the first place. We'll talk about the spin-off. I have more information concerning that. All of the times that I was correct in predicting a lot of things that would happen with this series did happen, but we're going to talk about it before we say the goodbye on the final episode of Greenleaf, season 5, episode 8 and 9. I have more information coming up next. You don't want to miss this. First, let's talk about a few things that a lot of YouTubers, I don't think any YouTubers have talked about. Now I'm gonna sit a little offset to the side because as I'm speaking, I want to place here all of the receipts of what I'm talking about, okay? So before Greenleaf's debut, there were a lot of things behind the scenes that were kind of swept under the rug, kind of brought up and not really talked about. And I'll be looking at my notes to the side here so I don't get off track, but let me let you know of the bullet points of what I'll be discussing. The backstory behind Greenleaf, seasons 1 through 3, how those were the strongest seasons, and the shift of season 4 and what happened with that and why a lot of the changes started to occur and a lot of people started noticing differences with Greenleaf. Also the fan reaction. We're going to talk about the 5th season and how I gave you information about how many episodes will be left about that, the spin-off, and why everything is coming to a close. So first I'm going to talk about the backstory of Greenleaf, the good, the bad, and the ugly, unfortunately. Okay, so around 2014, there was a brainstorm concerning a show. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am looking at my notes, so go ahead and just look at the information that I'm putting to the side. So before Greenleaf even debuted, we had a lawsuit of the script and the plot being stolen. We have Shannon Lynette Wynn, who reported that she pitched the show to Oprah's own team. And according to TMZ, Lynn's legal team alleges that they got great feedback from the OWN network. And in that fall of 2014, they requested more information and more ideas from her team about this so-called show. And the name of that show was called Justice and Glory. They were quote unquote alleged that they were lured for more and more ideas, but eventually they got cut off. Shannon also states that the Greenleaf went on to feature the exact same storylines and characters. And the name of that was going to be called Justice and Glory. And she also sued for damages, and she also pitched the same script and the same idea for ABC. Now, for those of you who don't know, ABC and OWN network are correlated, and the medium between that is Lionsgate, okay? And she also alleges that Oprah is in good cahoots with ABC, which allowed quote unquote this ripoff of her idea. Later on, the suit was dismissed. The lawsuit was dismissed because the judge concluded that it's a frivolous lawsuit brought on by the plaintiff, and they don't understand the copyright information concerning a script. In other words, Hollywood has its way of saying, this is not really your idea because it's not really the same. This can't be your script. What are you talking about? So the case was dismissed because there wasn't enough evidence from the plaintiff showing that the show and its ideas were exact. So let me read to you the original idea behind it all, okay? So originally, this was the plot that was pitched to the OWN network and ABC, okay? So significantly, they say that there's no character in Greenleaf remotely similar to the protagonist in Justice and Glory, a white atheist who's a U.S. Senator deeds who seeks to destroy Bishop, while at the same time having a sexual affair with Bishop's 22-year-old daughter. And also there are a lot of names that were kind of correlated that sounded the same: Greenberg, Glusterfields, a lot of things like that. So, but, and also Justice and Glory is remotely similar to Greenleaf. I'll post the link, but as the ruling, they ruled that the copyright infringement suit, when we have cases like this, rarely pass muster in the courts because everyone's criticisms and things that were changed are not the same. Hence, this can't be stolen. This can't be something that was taken away from this idea per se. It not only happens allegedly with the OWN network, but it happens with a lot of networks. You do have a lot of creative writers and pitches that go to networks and they say, oh, this is great, but we'll get back to you. And that writer gets back home and sees their idea on TV, and how they find out it's the debut and it's a stab in the heart. But a lot of that is very pricey because every time that you want to go to court, we're talking about $150,000 a pop, and you're going against a head honcho such as Oprah. So good luck with that. Also, this is not the first time that the OWN network has been taken to court concerning copyright and ideas. Another thing happened with the show Love Is, and I'll also put that link below, where the writer and a specific actor did sue because they said, hey, this is their idea. And what can we do about that? So you don't hear about those things because it's politics and it's Hollywood and it happens every single day. So what do you do about that? You move forward, and if it can't hold up in the court of law, then it's one of those situations where if you don't have the significant proof that this has been allegedly stolen or your ideas were taken in a court of law, that's really, really hard. And you really got to look at those contracts and what you sign when you pitch to networks. So that's really, really scary. That's just like if you're an engineer and you work for a company and you sign that contract saying that as long as you work for this engineering firm, any ideas or creations are owned by this company. I'm not sure how that works with networks, but I can take a good guess that a lot of those politics, verbiage and contracts, those things can get muffled and destroyed in the process and confused. So that's the backstory before Greenleaf even aired. It's something that a lot of people don't talk about, I think because they're afraid, but it's something that happens every day. It happens in Hollywood all the time. And I did mention that in a lot of my reviews for season 4, that maybe the lackluster is changing because allegedly are these the original creators for it? You know, you hear people say, oh, there's a lot where that came from because it's coming from that mind and their ideas and things to share when it comes to writing. Because a lot of people question, we're talking about the creator of Greenleaf. Let's go into that. Now let's talk about, with that still proceeding and that lawsuit happening, that show still moved forward and developed its writings, developed the promotion. We're starting with casting, and we start off with season 1. We had the idea that we have Craig Wright, who is crowned the mastermind, the creator of Greenleaf. And he's also written for a lot of good shows. We're talking about Lost and 6 Feet Under. He's a very good developer and writer, but a lot of people started to say, using common sense, what is this white guy, and why does this white guy want to make this and have all of these ideas concerning Black culture and mega churches? And a lot of people question it, and you know, they said, wow, how could this be so spot on and then written so well? It was just one of those eyebrows that we raised up about it, but it from his track record and things that he's written and produced and directed in the past, you know, like myself, I said, hey, he has a good track record. Let me give this show a try. And on top of that, we have the director, Clement Virgo, who's absolutely amazing. I mean, he did, just to give you an idea of some of the filmography and the writing, he did 2 episodes of The Wire. He also did some of the episodes for the Soul Food series, and he did episode 95 of Empire that aired 2020, entitled Can't Trust Him. So he's a very good writer as well. So we have seasons 1 through 3 of Greenleaf that was just really, really strong. It was just amazing. And they were capping off minimum 2 million viewers per episode. This was coined a good mystery and drama series, and it pulled a lot of us in. So this is the shift going into, and also I would like to note that Queen Sugar and this Greenleaf series were dramas introduced to OWN that was not produced by Tyler Perry, because remember, at this point, OWN Network was pretty much Tyler Perry Network. Everything on there was Tyler Perry. So there was this shift of, let's give this a whirl and go with this Greenleaf series. And this person coined as the creator is Craig Wright, gave several interviews about how this will be the show that's giving a different perspective. And this is something different, which it did give us. It gave us that different perspective and something else. We had crisp actors, Lynn Whitfield, Keith, and all of these wonderful actors that really gave outstanding performances from beginning to end. So we had that shift and them trying to get away from that Tyler Perry production and giving us more, because Queen Sugar was also amazing, and we were able to see something different and not that soap opera-esque feel. So this is when we start the transition of the show. Going into season 4, you have to remember season 4 started to change with the writing, okay? And we have to remember that Greenleaf was scheduled to be canceled for season 4, and here's why. When it came to that, we had Tyler Perry Productions that were dropping the Greenleaf viewers. Greenleaf pulled in 2 million, maybe 1.5 million of viewers. Tyler Perry Productions started to really weigh in on that, and fewer people started to look at Greenleaf wiggling into season 4 in the midpoint. And that's when we start to see the shift in the writing. It's as if they said, you know what, let's try to make Greenleaf and give it this soap opera feel, and maybe more people will watch. But in actuality, it did the opposite. Less people, started to watch Greenleaf. So then there was an announcement that Greenleaf would be canceled. Once they made that announcement, a lot of the Greenleaf fan base said, whoa, wait a minute, don't cancel this. This is an amazing show. There's still a lot that we need to learn and we need to know about this. With that, with the fan base, a lot of the criticism, they made that announcement. There was a huge time span in between where that demand was just like, please don't cancel this show, because they were going to cancel Greenleaf because of the ratings. They were also going to make the announcement to cancel one of the Tyler Perry episodes that I'll post over here, series, because their ratings were falling as well. And they made the announcement that the final season will be season 5 of that show. Now, since there was a big demand for Greenleaf, they renewed Greenleaf for season 5. So now it's the rush of, how are we going to end this, and how are we going to tie this together in a bow and put this series that's ending to a close. From seasons 1 through 3, the normal range would be maybe 10 to 13 episodes. We get to season 4 where the ratings are dropping, and then we have maybe 8 episodes. And then with season 5, it's thrown in the air about how much writing would be left. There was talks of 10 seasons, and as I posted in my last 2 reviews for season 5, I did say, and I showed a screenshot proving that Lamont, the actor that plays Jacob, says we have 4 episodes left. And I will put that clip after this where he discusses we have 4 episodes left. And people kept saying we don't have 4 episodes left. And I said, well, why would he say such a thing? And he's on the show. And I said, I don't know if he's saying 4 episodes left from episode 6, or if he's saying 4 episodes left from season 7. So that means that I was correct and that post was correct. So we know now that there were 4 episodes left starting from episode 6, season 5. So episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There will be 9 episodes. So here's some information about the last few episodes, and you heard it here first, okay? Now, debuting August 11th. We know that, okay? Which is going to be called Behold. After that airs at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, okay, there will be the 9th episode, which I said there would be 9 or 10 episodes. That episode will be called Greenleaf, the Homegoing Celebration. That episode will give us all of the information that we need concerning the spin-off. Okay? With all of that information, we will get everything that we need to know and have an idea of what the spin-off will be. OWN has already confirmed the spin-off. It's happening. It is being in the works of the final touches of writing. And I do believe that that spin-off was in production before COVID. It's been proven through IMDb, OWN Network, that all of season 5 episodes were filmed before COVID hit. So they already had made their decision on what was going to happen with the final production. That's why I told people, hey, no, there will be 9 or 10 episodes left, because we had too much information concerning production. That filming, according to IMDb, was already solid, was already done, was already confirmed. Okay, so you guys heard it here first. I have to brag about that because I will post videos of me saying during season 4 that the show needed to come to a close, not to be canceled, but closed. And I felt that the show needed for some good writers to sit down and say, how can we stop all of this trying to compare and sway the writing of Greenleaf production and Greenleaf writing, and trying to compete with the soap opera-esque Tyler Perry productions? Because you have to remember, whether you're a fan of Tyler Perry productions or not, he pulls in the numbers, he pulls in the viewers, because he has a very strong fan base. Now, when you have a network, they don't care what your song and story is. The goal, the business are the viewers. If you're not pulling in the viewers and the numbers aren't right, you will be canceled. There have been several shows, not just on OWN Network, but any network. You're watching it, the show's awesome, the writing is great, and then you hear it's the last episode or the next season is done, and you're like, wait, what? How can that happen? If views go down, a network will cut you off, whether the story is finished or not. Okay, so this is the situation. Business is business. Greenleaf is an awesome show, but I predicted a lot of the things. I did say that the ratings and a lot of viewers noticed that shift in that writing. Noticed how we had all of these unnecessary characters that were coming in Because when you add more plots, more things, more this, more that, it begins to feel like a soap opera. And unfortunately, that is what began to happen, because seasons 1 through 3 is totally different from the writing that started to happen in season 4, unfortunately. Still making it a good series, still making it wonderful. But when it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, because a lot of people are gonna be upset and confused. This video will be lengthy because I will insert what I said in the past and why the series needed to come to a close and wrap itself in a pretty bow, and not let what was happening with the show damper how it ended. Because when you cancel it, now you gotta muffle up and hurry up and get it done and chew it up and spit it out so the fans can hush and sit down somewhere. But since the fan base is so strong and the fans are just like, why is this ending? Good business tells you a spinoff is necessary, because there's so many questions that have not been answered. There's so many things that writers skipped over because they were trying to be competitive with the other shows. Now we do see that now with BET. A lot of the Tyler Perry productions are shifting over to BET, and new seasons are going on that network. Now, Comcast, you guys, don't know if you know, Comcast own our homies now, okay? So now it's about not just quote unquote black productions, but what will go to a broader audience. Business is business, y'all. Hollywood has a way of doing things, but when it's a good show and you don't pull in those viewers, numbers don't lie. And numbers show that fewer people watched Greenleaf in season 4 than seasons 1 through 3, and you had all of these other shows that were whooping tail with these ratings, and that's what happened with the Greenleaf series. So just to recap, in the beginning I talked about some bumps in the road that a lot of people didn't talk about, but I said, hey, pay attention to this could be the boomerang to come back. Then I discussed seasons 1 through 3, that good writing, whatever happened with those cases in the past, whatever happened, they sat down, brought those numbers, good drama, listed as a drama mystery series. I then talked about the ratings and how they went down, the demand for the show to come back for another season because people were really upset. But OWN Network canceled Greenleaf. They made the decision to cancel it. I will put all of the links below so you can look at the receipts yourself and you can look at them, okay? It's not anything personal. Business is business. Competition is competition. I look forward to the last 2 episodes concerning Greenleaf, and let me know what you guys think. I love you all. Thank you for riding with me, y'all, for those strong seasons in 4 and 5. I got dragged in seasons at mid-season 4 because I started to call out a lot of the things that were happening, and people were like, oh, you dissing the show. And I'm like, no, I love this show, but look how it's changing. I did the same thing with Game of Thrones, y'all. When that last season of Game of Thrones, everybody was like, wait, what? Why y'all rushing this? This is a good show. Wait, what happened? A lot of writers with Game of Thrones. HBO offered the writers of Game of Thrones, for those of you who don't know, that they could have a budget for 12 episodes. But instead of taking the 12 episodes, the writers was just like, nah. And they just did, I think it was 6 or 8 episodes. And we, as Game of Thrones fans, we felt cheated, right? But business is business. Ain't nothing we can do about that. Game of Thrones is over. Greenleaf is about to be over. And the fans are just like, give us more because we love it. So what they're going to do is they're going to push through and they're going to give us something. Okay? So let me know what you think about that. I love y'all. Critique is due no matter what show, no matter what network. I'm one of those people that says, hey, these are the facts. This is what's going on. You have the right to say whether you like something or not. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's going to say what everybody else says. And just like, oh, it's great, and I don't see anything wrong with it. It's wonderful. Like, no, we need to call. We watching. We bringing you the money. This the OWN Network. We want you to make this great, just like ABC, NBC, or any other network. Everybody deserves that talk. Okay. So subscribe, tell everybody about this channel. We got more things that are coming after Greenleaf, Handmaid's Tale, Queen Sugar, Star Trek Picard. We have a lot going on, more movie trailers that are coming out. I also will have my finance and stock series coming up so everybody can learn about finances, stocks, getting your piece of the pie, learning what's going on with everything. Even though this is a movie and television show platform, I always want to make sure that I add other playlists and other things to this channel just to diversify, right? Subscribe, like this video, tell everybody about this family-friendly channel that is my platform. I want to make sure that everybody knows that they are not coming to come across any vulgarity or anything inappropriate, that the whole family can watch. Okay, check out Insecure, those recaps and reviews on the playlist as well. Check that out. If you're not a fan of Insecure, please look at it. Even though it's an adult show, I make sure that I take out certain things and words. I let you know what's happening without being vulgar. Okay, check that out. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all Tuesday, all right, to discuss Greenleaf. And it's all coming to a close, you guys. I'm sorry. Life goes on. Peace.